Your regrets are late. Chapter 5. If you feel that way, I apologize, Your Majesty. Seeing Chairlize bowing down her head was so much fun. Harbert IV showed a satisfied smile. Are you aware of the rumors about you in society? It is interesting to hear that I, as the party got involved, never heard of that before. Is that so? They stared at each other. No one seemed to be avoiding each other first, nor did they show any intention of backing down. Is that true? You annulled your engagement with the son of Marquis Radiosa. It was Harbert IV who took up the sword first. Chairlize had a hard shield against him and a sharp arrow that pierced the center of his chest. What greater honor than this, given that a high-title person is so interested in the engagement of nobles? Chairlize bent her back and lifted the hem of her dress slightly. It's after all my family business, Your Majesty. What? Whether the annulment of me with Marquis Radiosa's son is just rumor or the truth. Don't waste your precious time on other family businesses. Chairlize drew a clear line, saying it was her family business. Harbert IV's feeling uncomfortable about not getting what he wanted became noticeable. It was annoying that she responded to every word he said, refusing, but with a clever manner to keep him from saying anything. Can I worry about your mother, who is ill and cannot get out of bed? Harbert IV referred to the Duchess Marcetta with her illness. I will engrave those words deep in my heart. Chairlize's face gradually hardened. Seeing it, Harbert IV thought that he had given her a shot and put on a contrasting expression on his face. Your Majesty, something has happened. His expression looked better than before. But when his attendant jumped in without knocking and showed no manners, his expression quickly slumped down. I didn't allow anyone to come in when I'm having a private meeting with the little Duchess. Do I really need to tear your limbs apart for you to come to your senses? That's not. Your Majesty. Please calm yourself. I'm afraid it will be too much for the listener. Chairlize opened her mouth, watching the appearance of the attendant stuttering and shaking his whole body. To someone unaware of this situation, Chairlize seemed to be an extremely loyal servant to Harbert IV. Harbert IV didn't receive the Emperor's seal from his predecessor because he ascended to the throne after killing his enemy, Crown Princess Elizabeth. He shut the mouth of who knows about that, but he hasn't received the Emperor's seal until now. People who were dissatisfied with having Harbert IV as the Emperor often said that he should be grateful for being recognized just as a prince. That's why he killed his enemy, Crown Princess Elizabeth, and ascended to the throne. Decades after the bloody tragedy, many words are still spoken in society. They're talking about his birth mother's low status and him not being the emperor in a legitimate way. Harbert IV knew this better than anyone else. Duke Marcetta had two people with royal blood and the right to inherit the throne. That's why Harbert IV hated the fact that he lacked the emperor's authority in front of the members of Duke Marcetta more than death. Harbert IV showed that he was still angry. That's. The attendant barely came to his senses and opened his mouth with a trembling voice. Princess Veloce had a seizure. Even before his words were finished, Harbert IV jumped up from his throne and grabbed the attendant by the collar. Didn't you say she will be okay for the time being? Where is the imperial doctor right now? He shook him constantly, giving him no room to answer. The doctor is treating Her Royal Highness. Bring that woman. You can drag her if she says she doesn't want to come. I accept your order, Your Majesty. With his attendant left, Harbert IV turned his gaze to Chairlize. Little Duchess. I'm sorry, but I have work to do, so I will have to go first. I hope Her Royal Highness Velkohe will recover quickly. May Goddess Ricina's blessing reach you. When Chairlize came out, she again ridiculed Harbert IV's stupidity. If you were thinking of stabbing your opponent by grabbing your opponent's weakness, you should have kept what you have first. Harbert IV's only daughter, Princess Veloce, was born to Queen Salome, a brothel who became the foster daughter of Viscount Sona. Princess Veloce was born with imperial blood, but she didn't have dark blonde hair, the symbol of being blessed by Goddess Ricina. She had the red hair of Queen Salome. Even though have the right to succeed to the throne, she has never been appointed formally as the crown princess. It became her lifelong tag and followed her around. To make matters worse, she was weak and had frequent seizures. They muttered that Harbert IV's child was cursed by the predecessor emperor because he had made the bloody tragedy. In addition, Princess Veloce is reluctant to rule over anyone. Even if she became the successor, it was clear that she wouldn't be able to properly rule. However, the first head of Duke Marcetta made a pledge of allegiance to the imperial family of the Eleator Empire. The pledge of allegiance could never be broken. It made Chairlize forcefully become imperialist. The heart to respect and follow can't be created. Chairlies immediately tried to get into the carriage, but